Nerdbox. I am inevitable.
How did Taker not make it to the list? Like, really, when you think about it.
He didn't make it to anybody's list.
He didn't. That's kind of blows me away.
For me, I'll say I didn't put him on because Taker's a cheat code. Like, he's been around since '88. And so I'm like, every era, Taker was over. Like, even when the '90s, the new era, when everyone else sucked, he was still the Undertaker.
Yeah. He made it through with that gimmick.
Yeah. And then
you're right.
You get to the 2000s, and he's like, hey, Kurt, I like the way that this UFC thing's going, so I'm now going to be a biker zombie shoot fighter. He's like, oh, here's Hell's Gate. I just had the triangle choke. That's what I'm doing now. I'm choking fools.
Yeah.
Like,
and he got over. And he got over. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And he's like on SmackDown with Cena, young Cena with those trunks. Like, hey, man, I'm going to take you under my wing, boy. Like, and everybody's just cool. Like, that
is a cool moment, though. I always thought that was a cool moment after the Ruthless Aggression, the Kurt Angle match, and then he's backstage with Taker. I always thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. Do we got any honorable mentions? I got a couple, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you got for honorable mentions? If I can fit them in, I'll fit them in.
They're quick, and two of them at least I think have been mentioned. So The Rock and Angle are the two that have been mentioned because you got to mention them. Guerrero, and this is controversial, but he's not my number one. The Giant / Big Show, and I only say that because at least on the WCW end of it, when he first came out, my generation kind of missed Andre the Giant in a lot of ways. So to see this guy pop up and to give credit where credit's due, when he was in shape, the guy could fucking move.
Yeah.
When he learned how to wrestle, he could move. So, he doesn't belong on my list, but he's an honorable mention.
But I'll co-sign the Big Show. I think Paul White, dude was doing drop kicks off the top rope.
Right?
When he was in shape. Like that, I remember seeing that on tape, and like I had to rewind it like 8 times. I'm like, am I high? Like, what did I just see this man do? And then he gets to WWE. Remember, he debuts throwing Austin through the cage, and threw. I was like, he just threw this dude through the cage. So yeah, I thought he did really well to start. And then the last couple of years of the Attitude Era, at least by the calendar I was using, and I got no issue with that. Absolutely.
Nice. I appreciate that. I was worried about that one.
I'll say I have one. This guy kind of got shit on in the Attitude Era when he jumped ships, and that's Raven. What he was putting up in ECW before the Attitude Era with Tommy Dreamer, and then he ran over to WCW. Look, you know me. You know I like movies. You know I like writing. And just seeing, the skits that he was putting on when he came into WCW, even the ones that are back in ECW before the Attitude Era, they were great. They were just great to watch. And then he just got shit all over.
But listen, you wouldn't get an argument from me. I think the Flock was not the worst stable ever. I mean, at least as far as WCW goes. And I was a Kidman fan. I don't know what it was
Kidman
about that dusty little turd, but I like Billy Kidman. I thought he was, and then he got clean and he was still good. But I don't know. I thought the shitty little skid kind of gimmick was kind of cool. And what was neat about it? And I'm probably the only person in the world that ever thought this. But so the Flock was still around in its original the ship people floated around there constantly. When Sting flipped to Crow Sting. Yeah. And I always had this weird thing, it was almost like WCW was just trying to build the entire cast of the Crow and not telling anybody. You know what I mean? Like the Flock was just a bunch of street thugs or some shit like that. I don't know. That was a good one.
And then back to your point with DDP, one of DDP's first great feuds. What about me? What about you?
Yeah. He was always entertaining, but I think he could have been a lot bigger if they used him right.
He's another mind for the business. I was going on YouTube and I find shoot interviews with these guys, and I would say Raven and Al Snow are some of the two most interesting people to watch and listen to them talk about the business. And especially, I mean, Raven, he gets a little bit into the performance end of it, but Al Snow, I mean, he's great from the wrestling perspective, and then cause he was a fly on the wall. He was obviously a great technician in the ring and never super over. Everyone remembers Head and all that, but it wasn't like, but, he'll talk about the politics of the back room and not give a shit. He's like, just going off about who's an asshole, who's this, who's that, who swung their dick around to try to get what to happen. And yeah, that's some stuff you should check out. Yeah. Just type in any wrestler and then just put shoot interview in the search.
And then, honorable mention, I'm sure we'll all agree with this, Mick Foley.
Yeah.
The stuff that he was putting up was great too.
Are you looking out for him at the Attitude Era, or did you just catch were you watching Cactus Jack back in the 80s?
No, I was looking out for him. The whole Dude Love cross personalities that he was doing.
That was cool.
The Rock and Sock connection, the interactions with Vince McMahon. I thought it was all great stuff. And then, of course, the Hell in a Cell, Taker's not getting over as big if, you don't have somebody there that's taking those bumps.
To be fair, you're right. Taker is the product of a lot of good people that were around him. I mean, awesome performer, but I would say if Foley didn't go to the top of that cage, I don't know if we'd be talking about Taker like we do these days. Not quite the same. I think that kept him relevant.